Return to House on Haunted Hill is the sequel to House on Haunted Hill, which is a ghost horror movie. This is a follow up to the first movie where basically the main character of House on Haunted Hill, the young lady that survives in the end, she commits suicide in this movie, and her sister is basically now the main character. She goes to her sister's apartment to see why her sister committed suicide, because she knew that her sister survived that house, and she was talking about the haunted house and all this. They always kind of just thought she was crazy. And upon arriving at the apartment complex, she meets a professor, and the professor is like, look, I've been in contact with your sister, and we were talking about this journal by the mad doctor that was on House on Haunted Hill, and now she killed herself. Well, fast forward a little bit in the movie, the sister gets the journal. The dead sister had actually sent it in the mail to her other sister, and upon retrieving this journal, these goons show up, and turns out it wasn't suicide, but actually these goons killed her sister, and they're looking for this object, this artifact that supposedly is worth an insane amount of money, and it's in this building that this doctor supposedly he owned it, and all this extra stuff. Now that the bad guy has the journal, he takes the main character and her like love interest to the House on Haunted Hill. There they meet the professor, and basically the house is up to its old shenanigans and locks down again. Well, same o, the house is out to kill the people inside. This time though, it's a little bit more gory, a little bit more backstory to the inmates and the, like, I guess you want to really call them inmates. I guess they were more like patients of this, because it was like an old hospital, and yeah, people start dying left and right, and it's pretty good. And as the movie progresses, it seems like that these ghosts aren't too horrible this time around, even though they're murdering tons of people, but they basically just want the artifact to be destroyed so they can rest at peace and stop haunting this place. And then that's just what the main character and the people who are left try to do: destroy this artifact. Boom, bada bing. That's about it. So my review on Return to House on Haunted Hill is that, yeah, this is a really good sequel, man. And honestly, if the writing was just a little stronger, this would probably be better than the remake. And the main reason is the remake, it just had that weird creature. If they didn't do that, that movie would have been so much better. And this movie didn't do that. It just had better practical effects, more gore, more blood, which is what you want in a sequel. But unfortunately, the writing was kind of mid. The magical artifact, yeah, that was kind of clever in a sense, but I don't feel like it was played properly. Basically, they're saying, yeah, it's the artifact that drove the doctor mad, but at the very end, the ghosts are still mad at the doctor when they get rid of the artifact, which don't make no sense. It kind of contradicts it. Also, in the beginning, how they just kill off the survivor from the first movie, never a fan of that, especially off screen. On top of that, they even tried to have the sister be like a ghost, but it wasn't the same actress from the first movie. Ugh. But honestly, the movie does feel on par with the remake. This is in no shape or form a bad sequel. I feel like it has its own identity, so that is pretty cool. But yeah, so my rating for this movie, I give it a 6 out of 10. I give it the same rating as the first one. It's no better, no worse. It's just, it could have been better.